Hello, I'm Darren, and I'm going to be showing you how to create a plot figure in Octave. So when you open up Octave, you're presented with a command window. Make your way over to the editor on the bottom of the screen. Next, you want to open a new blank unnamed script file. And to do that, you just click File and Script. Once you're here, you can start defining your X and Y values or X and Y axes. You want to define the variables you want to use for the X and Y of your plot. For our case, we're defining our X value and setting that equal to 0, colon 0.5, colon 2 times pi. This format gives us an interval from 0 to 2 with tick marks every 0.5 units. Next, we want to create our Y value or Y axis. We do that by setting a variable, in our case y, equal to an equation, which for our case, we'll be using sine of x. Once we have the X and Y values or variables defined, we can go ahead and start plotting. We do that by using the plot command, plot, parentheses, your X variable, comma, Y variable, comma, quotation or single quote, a symbol you want to use. So we want to use a star, and then a color, which in our case will do red, single quote, close parentheses. Once we have that, you can click run, and it opens up this screen right here. That means it's asking us to name it. So we can name it as plot example. Make sure there are no spaces so you don't end up with an error. And now click save. It should open up. If you followed my example exactly, you should end up with a similar plot that I have. Notice that our interval is from 0 to 2 pi with intervals every 0.5, which is 0.5, 0.5, 0.5 for our y. Notice that it's missing a title, an X label, and a Y label. It also is missing a legend. We can simply do that by using existing commands in Octave. So close the window and let us add a X label. We do that by doing X label, parentheses, make sure there's single quotes for the title, which is X label in our case. And you would do the same thing for the Y axis. And then we do Y label, parentheses, single quote, Y label, single quote, parentheses, and make sure you also title your graph. You do that by doing title command, parentheses, single quote, title, and then create a legend, which is basically showing that our red dots is sine. We do legend, parentheses, single quote, sine, single quote, parentheses. And when you click run again, you should end up with a plot that has a Y label, X label, title, and legend showing that our graph or line is using this equation sine. That's how you use basic plotting in Octave. You can mess around with the commands of plot, X label, Y label, title, and legend. So you get different results for the titles. Make sure that when you are plotting, the first variable is going to be your x-axis. The y would be your y-axis units, values. And when you do the single quotations, star r, to basically create custom lines for your for your plot, it's in this format and in this order. Otherwise, Octave will not be able to read it. If you want default, you can omit this whole third part and just do XY, which defaults the plot figure to the color blue and a single line. So that's it for this video. Thank you.